Alright, welcome to this new playthrough of Dark Souls 3, the Fire Fades edition, I guess. Quick disclaimer before we begin, I haven't played Dark Souls since it came out last year, and English is not my native tongue, but I figured this might be a fun experience, so to speak. When I played through the game last year, I played a dexterity-based character, so this time I'll be playing through the game as a strength-based character. So I've only played on PC for a few hours, seeing if the game worked fine and the recording software was fine. And I don't know the later areas, so it should be a good experience. Without further ado, let's just get into it.
Yes, indeed. It is called Lothric, where the transitory lands of the Lords of Cinder converge. In venturing north, the pilgrims discover the truth of the old words. The fire fades, and the lords go without thrones. When the link of fire is threatened, the bell tolls, unearthing the old lords of Cinder from their graves. Aldrich, saint of the deep, Farron's undead legion, the Abyss Watchers. And the reclusive lord of the profaned capital. Yon the giant. Only in truth, the lords will abandon their thrones. And the unkindled will rise. Nameless, accursed undead, unfit even to be cinder. And so it is that ash seeketh embers.
Okay, as I said before, I'm going to be playing a strength character. I think we're going to go with the knight from the beginning. Get 100% fizz block, shield, and decent armor. And in regards to knights, they're supposed to be like an old brave knight or similar. So let's do that. Oh man, I haven't done this in so long. Let's give him the fuck is hair. just go with this one. And considering he's a knight, oh man, none of these fit. Let's just go with the standard one and just try and find the damn hair details. No, oh, here it is, hair. What are we doing? Considering we're an old knight, it's a bit short, I think. Let's go for this one, and let's go for white hair. Let's give him a beard as well. There we go. That is perfect. Considering we'll be wearing a helmet most of the game, it doesn't really matter, so let's just stick to that. And we're gonna go with the fire gem, I think, to try and get an overpowered early weapon. Actually, no. Let's go for the life ring, and let's name him what you name all knights, Arthur. There we go. Just double check that is what I want to do. Yeah, let's do the life ring. There we go. Alright, let's get started. I will, considering this is the first episode, I'll go over stats and such in the beginning of this section. Okay, so as I said, let's quickly go over stats and how equipment works, in case somebody's watching who hasn't played the Dark Souls series before, and I'm going to use the mouse for this. So the most important are your stats over here, in regards to weapons at least, and the requirements and bonuses down here. So down here you see what you need to be able to use the weapon efficiently. If you don't have enough strength, you won't be able to swing the weapon properly. If you don't have enough dex, it won't do enough damage. In regards to the bonuses here, it works on a letter-based system. So this is how the weapons damage scales with your stats. So we have 13 strength, and we get a D-scaling with strength, meaning we get a 14 plus damage on this weapon. It does scale a bit with dexterity as well, but we're not going to focus on that. This letter goes up through A, up to S, with S being the best scaling, where you get the most damage per strength for a weapon that scales S with strength. And onto the shield here, what's important here is the guard absorption and the stability. So this shield in particular, and the reason we chose the knight, is because it has 100% physical absorption, meaning we can block 100% of physical damage while blocking with this shield. And it has a stability, and the stability is basically how much stamina it consumes when you block, and how many hits, how much you can block before you get staggered out of the block. We'll go more in depth as we go through the game, but for now let's just get through the tutorial area here. It shouldn't be too bad. As I mentioned before, I haven't played Dark Souls for about a year. I don't know anything about the DLCs other than how to access them, so I'm quite excited to see the continuation of the lore of the game and experience the game again, because it is quite a good game. But this is going to be a let's play of everything, so every death, all grinding, just going through everything. And I think we're gonna give the Titanite Demon over here at least one try before we go on. I can always come back later, but killing it is fun, so to speak. I wouldn't recommend, if you're playing Dark Souls yourself, going to fight this thing. It is quite tough, and you can always come back later to try and kill it. But let's see how it goes. this is one of the other reasons I chose the knight as the starting class, because we have quite a bit more defense in the beginning with this. Ooh, shit, that was not on purpose. As I said, I am quite rusty at this game, and taking on this thing from the beginning was probably not a good idea, but it is a fun fight. I might be relying a bit too much on the shield, and I kind of want to go for a two-handed or dual-wielding character, but we'll see how it develops with the new weapons in the DLC. I haven't used any of the base game strength weapons either, so that is going to be quite exciting. Oh, that was not good. Not a good showing of my Dark Souls experience, but oh well. Let's save him for later. Come back when we have a bit more levels behind us, I guess. Alright. Let's just run through here. There's barely any point in fighting these. I don't remember them being able to drop anything useful, so I'm not going to bother with that. Let's just get up to the bonfire. There we go. I'm playing the game with an Xbox controller. I wanted to play it with a Steam controller, but it's a bit fidgety with the touchpads. And considering how important the camera is, especially in some boss fights, I decided to go with the good old trusty Xbox controller. Alright, let's go. I think we should go through this area once, pick up everything, and then depending on how bad I am, we can either go back to the bonfire and run to the boss, or just go straight to the boss. Let's actually go over here first. Ooh. There we go. Oops, well, I guess we're going back to the bonfire just for safety purposes. Yeah, there he is. Where's the ledge? There is. Can we get a jump on these guys? Yeah, we can do. Alright. Whoops, well, guess it worked out. It's good enough for me. There we go. Should try and use these fire bombs actually. They might come in handy. I just quickly want to touch on how beautiful this game is on PC. I played the original on PS4, where the frame rate is quite a bit worse. So this is a nice change of pace, I guess you could call it. I need to go pick up the Titanite up here as well. We can pick up the Titanite on our way to the boss. Might as well get the Estus flask refilled. So the main healing, as I said before, in case that is not how you do that. In case you're not aware of how the game works, you have these Estus flasks which give you HP, and these Ashen Estus flasks which gives you mana or FP. I'm not planning on using many spells in this playthrough, but that depends. We'll see as we go along. We also have this life ring we picked in the beginning that gives us higher max HP. It doesn't really matter much, you can get more in the later parts of the game, but the other bonuses are quite boring. One thing I forgot to touch on is the equipment load and the weight ratio. So we roll pretty quickly now. We have the fastest, not quite the fastest roll speed, but we have a fast roll. If you go over 70% equipment load, you will. My God, I am truly terrible at this game. There we go. If you go over 70% equip load, you will get what is called a fat roll. Won't be able to show it off now, but it basically just means your roll is going to be slower, and you don't have as many invincibility frames while rolling. Right, so let's get up on here on the first boss. There is a good chance I might actually die, as I haven't played the game in a long time, but I'll try and avoid it. You can get a bit of extra damage in the beginning here while he's standing up. No, thank you. Alright. That was close. Could have done some free damage there, but I wasn't ready for the transition yet. This is a quite dangerous phase because he could pretty close to one-shot us if I mess up, but it should be fine. This, after all, the first fight of the game. One more hit should do it. There we go. Easy peasy. Let's get the bonfire and go on to the filing shrine up here. A quick comment on what it just flashed across the screen there. Ember restored. That means we have this charcoaly, fiery thing going on our armor. You can see it quite clearly on the legs at least. This means, as I said, our max HP is up, but this also makes us active or online, so to speak. We're now in a form where we can get invaded by other players or NPCs. We can summon other players to help us fight bosses or similar things. Although I don't think I'm going to be using corporations to take on the game. I think I want to beat the bosses by myself. But we'll see. That depends. Depends on what happens. In regards to the ninja guy up here, I don't think I'm gonna bother with him because I don't really want to use the Uchi Katana. I use katanas for most of my first playthrough, especially the dual katanas from later in the game, which are quite cool. I like how they did dual wielding in this game compared to Dark Souls 1 and 2. It's an interesting mechanic, and I kind of want to do that again, but we'll see. Depends on the new weapons, I guess. Depends on the weapons. Let's just clear out this area so we don't have to go back for a while. Get out of my face, dog. And the dog should be coming down from up there as well. No? Alright. Guess not. I could have sworn you could go up here. Maybe that's from inside filing. Or maybe we can make this jump. Nope, that is nothing you can do. Alright. I do plan on speaking to all NPCs as well, and listening to all of their dialogue, especially because, as I said, I'm quite excited about the lore in the DLC, so getting a touch up on what the NPCs say is good.
Welcome to the bonfire, unkindled one. I am a firekeeper. I tend to the flame, and tend to thee. The lords have left their thrones, and must be delivered to them. To this end, I am at thy side.
So this is the character we'll be using to level up. The game uses a currency called souls. When you kill enemies, you get souls. When you kill bosses, you get a large amount of souls. And then you can spend these souls to buy items or level up stats. I'm gonna put a point into strength because I want to start scaling strength. But considering our current weapon, it doesn't matter too much. And I want to get some more HP just to be on the safe side.
Farewell, Ashen Lord, may the flames guide thee.
Hopefully. Let's see what she has to say.
Use the coiled sword at the bonfire. The mark of ash will guide thee to the land of the lords. To Lothric, where the homes of the lords converge. Ashen One, to be unkindled is to be a vessel for souls. Sovereignless souls will become thy strength. I will show thee how. Ashen One, bring me souls plucked from their vessels. Ashen One, to
Nope, I don't want to talk to you anymore. This guy is quite depressed, if I'm not wrong.
Roused from the sleep of death. Well, you're not alone. We unkindled are worthless. Can't even die right. Gives me conniptions. And they'd have us seek the lords of Cinder and return them to their moulding thrones. But we're talking true legends with the metal to link the fire. We're not fit to lick their boots. Don't you think?
You should really cheer up, buddy. There's no point in being so depressed all the time.
What a sick joke. Asking us to seek the lords of Cinder and return them to their moulding thrones. We're talking true legends. Those...
It's not like you have anything better to do. You might as well, like now that you're here, go try and find the Lords of Cinder.
A pleasure to make thine acquaintance, Ashen One. I am but a humble handmaid of the shrine. Weapons, armor, trinkets, and spells. I've lots of little things to ease the burden of a weary traveler. And yes, I'm undead too, but not so charitable as to give my goods away. Ashen One, fetch souls and bring them to me. As is thy wont? No?
So this woman is like a general store-ish kind of thing. Her stock will increase as we find items throughout the game. We want to get the tower key at some point as well. I'm pretty sure it's for a shortcut in the first area of the game. And I kind of want to get the halberd as well, because the halberd is quite interesting to use. But for now, let's just stick with the long sword. Oh, actually, I do want to see what you have to say.
How may I? Ashen One, if my wares are not to thy satisfaction, bring me umbral ash. With ash, I'll fashion new wares. Is it not our sorry fate to sup on death?
These ashes she's talking about is what we can find throughout the game, which will increase our stock, basically as she said. And this guy is the blacksmith. He will be assisting us in upgrading our weapons and armor.
Well,
Also our Estus flask, actually.
I am Andre. I serve at this shrine as a humble smith, forging weapons. You're in search of the Lords of Cinder, I trust. A toilsome journey, I'd wager. You'll require good arms. Let me smith you weapons. I am a smith, such is my purpose.
So we can reinforce weapons, upgrade them with the Titanite shard we picked up earlier. Also, we could have picked the flame gem in the start of the game, and we could have made a fire longsword instead. The good thing about an elemental weapon is the fact that you get extra fire damage. Here you get the scaling is completely removed, and you get fire damage on the weapon instead. And then the fire damage and the weapon damage is just going to scale with upgrading the weapon. Same thing with raw. Removes the scaling, but just ups the base damage of the weapon. This is good if you have a weapon that scales with, let's say, dexterity or faith. In this case, we can make it a raw weapon instead, and just get physical damage without having to try and scale the stats that we're not focused on. Refined is just an upgrade to the scaling of the weapon, so we go from 110 plus 15 to 99 plus 24 damage. In this case, it'd be a 2 damage downgrade, but with higher stats, it would be better as well. Not all weapons can be upgraded though. Most of the special weapons can't be upgraded. But most of them, at least. I don't actually know which of them can and can't. Let's go up around here. See if any NPCs are here yet. Looks like we only have the guy on the throne here.
All that unkindled, and a seeker of lords. I am Ludleth of Corland. Look not in bewilderment as I say. I linked the fire long ago, becoming the Lord of Cinder. If substantiation be thy want, set thine eyes upon my child cause. This sad cadaver, no need to be coy. Have a closer look.
I don't think I want a closer look of you. Let's just go on with our day. And we want to get the tower key from the merchant down there at some point, pretty soon as well. This is definitely not the right way, but there's an area up here. This area up here. We could try and access it now. I remember there being a jump glitch you could do. This is definitely the wrong side, but there's a jump glitch you can do where you can jump onto the roof next to the tree up here. Let's just get up there real quick. Here it is. Oh, what the hell? Guess you can, if you don't want to walk all the way down, you can just jump off. I like these trees, the giants from Dark Souls 2. I like how there's one up here. But we getting the tower key will let us go in here, get a few items. I'm pretty sure there's an Estus upgrade somewhere up there. And you used to be able to, I don't know if you can do it anymore, but probably not. But no, you can't. But you used to be able to run up this and then jump onto the roof. Doesn't look like I remember it, so they might have changed it. Yeah, seems like it. Oh well, I was planning on getting the tower key anyways, so we'll just have to wait this time. Is this where you can jump down? Yeah, there's an item here. Nice. This is not going to be a 100% completion run. I don't know where all the items are. I'm going to try my best to explore everything, but especially the new DLC, I'll probably, for the most part, explore all of the new DLC. Here's the ninja guy I was talking about earlier. I don't really want to try and fight him because he's probably going to kill me. So let's just go smack him around later. Ooh. East-west shield. I don't think it's gonna... It didn't look like a shield that have 100 physical block, which is kind of what I want right now. But let's have a look actually. No, that's quite a bit better magic and element absorption, but the lack of 100% physical is pretty bad, especially in the beginning of the game where there's not much magic damage. So let us take the coiled sword from before and put it here, so we can officially begin our journey through Dark Souls 3. Actually, before we go, there's one thing I want to do. As I mentioned before, we're probably not going to use magic. Might depend on the equipment we get later on, but for now I'd rather have an extra Estus flask instead of the Ashen Estus flask.
But be careful.
And just for safety, let's pick up a few. Well, I guess one Homo bone. Get this out of here and Homo bone. There we go. Alright, so the first area of the game is the High Wall of Lothric. It's a bit sad you have to teleport out to the first area. It kind of breaks the immersion a little bit, but the fact that teleportation is available from the beginning of the game is quite a nice upgrade compared to Dark Souls 1, where you'd only get it halfway through. I want to use that as a weapon. I'm going to try and keep the episodes to around 45 minutes, I think. depending on what's happening in the episode, of course. If we're in the middle of a boss fight, I'm not gonna end it. But around 45 minutes, I think is a good time. All right. One of the cool things about Dark Souls is the fact that most of the stuff you see, you will probably explore at some point. Now, I don't remember specifically the top of the castle, but I do think that we'll be going there later in the game. You can see a chapel down there. It's the way they design the world is quite nice. Let's go this way first. I'm not gonna kill the poor worshipping hollowed, I guess. They're so sad. They don't deserve to die. They just want to be in peace. I didn't actually want to fight both of these at the same time. Oh, and he didn't die from that. That's what happens when you block with not enough stamina to block the attack. You will be staggered like that, and you won't have opportunities to move or roll either way. That is when you approach the back of the enemy and you attack them, you get to do a backstab like that, which like starts an animation where they can't move, and you do a ton of damage, or ton depending on the weapon. Some weapons have higher backstab damage, daggers and rapiers, if I'm not completely wrong. Well, guess I backstabbed the wrong guy. This might sound ugly. Actually, there's a pretty good chance it's gonna turn ugly. Jesus, calm down, dude. Holy shit. I need to be so angry. That was pretty loud. I'm still trying to figure out the right settings on my microphone and such, and feel free to comment on that, because I can't... Yeah, I've tried to set it up as best I can for now, but I will be fiddling with it throughout the course of the Let's Play. I think that's all there is to do around here. We did get a longbow. Actually, I wonder if we can get down here. No. Alright. Let's go this way then. Let's go back around. I do seem to remember an item down here as well. Oh, yeah. Nice. Good fuck, dude. This area I do know pretty well, because I've tried to start a new playthrough of Dark Souls a few times after I beat it the first time, but I can never find the time to do it. So as soon as we start approaching the second and third areas of the game, I'll be quite a bit less familiar with what is going on, which is a good thing, I think. Because Dark Souls is fun to explore. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do at all. Should be fine now. Maybe not. Holy shit. Let's try that again. There we go. I need to stop this guy. I think I'm gonna, if we have the stats for it, no, we need a bit more dex. We do need more dex for some of the later strength weapons as well, so We're probably gonna put a few points in there at some point. Let's grab this gold pine resin. That is a buff for your weapon. It adds lightning damage to all attacks for a period of time. No, it's not happening. There we go. I wasn't planning on running out of Estus Flask this early. Hopefully we can find or get to one of the shortcuts or another bonfire soon enough. I want to watch out here. There we go. We could try and kill that guy. I seem to remember you get something if you go through and kill him, but we don't even have the dex to use the long arrow, so there's no point at the moment. Just want him to breathe fire down here so we can kill these enemies. Did that do it? Yeah. At some point I do want to run up there, but considering our... Wait, we have 3 Estus. Huh, I never did figure out what triggers that. If I'm not completely wrong, it's an online thing. If an enemy's killed or if a player's died to something, you can get an Estus when killing that specific enemy. I think I do have to look that up as well at some point. Ooh, that's not what I meant to do. There we go. I'm quite scared of this guy. I don't really want to fight him. I guess we do have 3 Estus now. Let's just give it a try. I wouldn't mind getting some of his armor. We can just backstab cheese him if need be. I'll try and go for 1 parry actually. Not on that attack. Just regain our stamina. We definitely need to spend a few levels on getting our stamina up. That did not work at all. Ah, no. Damn it. Oh, whoops. Poor guy. He was just... Actually, this might be a good time for the fire bombs from earlier. Eat shit. There we go. Ah, no god. Oh well. That's a bonfire right up here. We're just gonna activate it for now so we can teleport here. But I don't think... Do you think... No, that's not here. Let's go explore the bottom part of this tower first and then end off the episode. We've been going for a good 40 minutes now. Hopefully these barrels don't explode. No, good. Get off me. There we go. I wonder if we can hit an enemy. We could have if I'd been patient. We're actually out of Estus now. Right. Oh, what a shame. Would like to get that shortcut. I don't remember what actually unlocks that. No. Let's see what we've got over here. Throwing knives. Alright, probably never going to use them. Actually, They're good for distracting enemies with the sound they make when you put them on the wall or on the floor or similar. Mailbreaker. This is one of the weapons that'll do more damage with backstabs, and if you see on the critical stat here is how much damage they do on backstabs and riposts. A riposte is when you deflect an enemy's attack. They're open for a while, or they're vulnerable for a while, where you'd be able to attack them. We do have a guy here that we're gonna need to rescue. I think he looks cool. I want his hat. Alright, let's make our way up to the bonfire again, and then I think this is a good place to stop for the first episode. Let's see here. I'll try and make this a daily series, but I haven't quite decided on that yet. In the beginning here, I'm just gonna upload as it fits my schedule, but I will try and have daily uploads available for you guys. So this is where I'm gonna end it off. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.